Hi Flosstube, good morning. It is Tuesday, February 1st. I'm Helen D. And this is video number 100. I never thought I'd get to video number 100. I've been making Flosstube videos a little over 4 years, and every time you hit one of those milestones, it's like, that's incredible. How did that happen? I'm so grateful I started doing these. Yeah, it's just surprising. So a huge thank you to everyone who has watched me from the very beginning, who has just joined in, who has subscribed, who likes, who comments, who interacts, who asks questions. It's been a pretty fun journey. I've made some amazing friends, both locally, out of state, out of country. It's just been amazing. So thank you. We will have extra giveaways today at the end. So, how is everyone? I don't know what, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'll also tell you what the temperature is in case you're curious, because it was cold today. It's 15 degrees. It was -4 when I woke up. We had in Maine, in much of the Northeast, we had a blizzard this weekend. We got here about 18 inches. It was hard to tell because it was very windy. Obviously, it's a blizzard. So we had 2 feet over there, but you can see the grass over there, but it was a lot of snow. So we think we got about 18 inches. It was all day Saturday. We went out just before supper time on Saturday. My son wanted to, it was like late afternoon before the sun was fully set, and he wanted to go play in the snow, even though it was still like full-on blizzard. So we went outside and we thought, oh, we'll just shovel out the end of the driveway, because if you let it build up too much, it's too much for the snowblower to handle. Yeah, we took like 1 step out the garage and we're like, oh no, we gotta just do a full-on snowblow at this point. We already had a foot. So we cleaned up and then it really picked up in the evening. And when we woke up in the morning, it was sunny. I think they said it was 8 degrees, but it felt much warmer than that when you're out there like shoveling and snowblowing and all that. So full-on community effort. Cleanup is here. We did our driveway. Our neighbors across the street had not gone out midway, so the end of their driveway, I took a picture of my son in front of it, and he's 5 feet, and I bet it was 3.5 to 4 feet high, where the plow had kind of really socked them in. We're on the side that the plow goes through first, so I think we tend to get like 3/4 of the road, but they still got plenty. So we did our driveway, we went over there, we like helped knock off the top of the pile so they could get it through their snowblower. Then we went to our other neighbors. She has a plow this winter, but the plow doesn't do walkways and in front of the garage, and she doesn't have a snowblower, so we got her all set. Then we played in the snow. So that was nice. So tomorrow or Thursday is supposed to be like 40 degrees and rainy. And then I know there's a storm going through like St. Louis and that area. That's coming our way this weekend. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. We're not done with winter by any stretch of the imagination. So this is a regular update. I did do a video last week with a lot of the details on the strawberry stitch along that we're going to do. So this is just a regular what have I been up to in the last 2 weeks of stitching. So I have been finishing. I figured it was now or never to get my Valentine stitches finished up if I want them out, which I do. So I had 4 of those stitched. So I spent some time getting them finished. So the first one, this one I had stitched last year. I don't even know if I'd shown you guys. This was one of Kathy Haberman of Hands On Designs free Valentine smalls that she puts out. She just released this year's actually this morning. She does them for Bill, Mr. Hands On Design, her husband, in honor of their anniversary. So this was, I think this was last year's. I chose this black fabric, which matches nice, picks up all the cat hair. So I used, it's like a tulips, heart tulips, some lady dot. So there's this one. I don't know what I used because it was last year. It's a gray. I think this is Weeks Red Pear, I think. So there's number 1. The next two are from that Brenda Gervais with the Needle and Thread book, Love Notes. This one I have to pay attention to which side is right side up. So it goes this way. So there's the X's and O's. Again, actually same fabric, different color trim, but almost the same. The little one from that book with the hearts, I thought needed to be a little bigger because it's so small. So I added a different black fabric, a little white twill tape, and I just tied some baker's twine around there and tied a little knot. And then the last one is Luminous Fiber Arts. It's Misty's, I believe. Why can I never remember the name of this? I can't remember the name of it because she released it and I bought it and printed it like that day. So I don't remember. Love You More. Misty, I don't remember the name because I didn't focus on the name. I focused on how cute it was and stitched it up. So here that one is. This is available as only a PDF download on her website. So it's the Lovebirds. She gives the alphabet. So I put our initials and the year we got married. I used 2 flosses for this. It's called as a monochromatic, but I chose to use 2. And I finished it this way. I didn't put any trim on this one because I figured it kind of had enough. I put some little bling over here. I can take it out later if I change my mind. So those all coordinate and they'll all go in a bowl together. Maybe I'll add some more to it next year. It was fun. I hadn't really stitched a lot of Valentine pieces because they're not up for very long, but it was fun. One more. I talked about doing it. I made my stand up. Now, he is crooked as can be. he's leaning, but he's adorable. So this is Leggy Leprechaun. It's an older heart and hand chart. And I used Vonna Pfeiffer's stand-up tutorial, the Twisted Stitcher. I'll link that below. It's fantastic. Walks you right through it. So here he is. I used the cording. Vonna uses a thicker cording. I chose to make mine just a little thinner. So I'll tweak some things the next time I do it, but like straightening it a little better. But he came out great, so I can't wait to have him up. And it's just a different finish. I'd never done a stand-up. I can see myself doing more. They're cute. So there's that. Fully finishes. Yep, finished object. I had one finished object, but I can't show you yet because it is a gift. I've kind of been working on, like, I have a large, a medium, and a small kind of whip going, and that was my current small, and I finished it. So it is done. So whips, I kind of only have 3 things that I've been plugging away on. This one I just grabbed out of the car before my husband went to the dump. I'm like, I need that. So this is my current car project, which means it's not getting a ton of love and it will not get done for Valentine's Day this year. And I only have the PDF, so it's like nothing the right size to put behind this. This is, I talked about this on my last video that I might start it, and I did. So this is the Be Mine Biscornu. It's by Heartstrung Samplery. It is you can get it as a printed chart. I just got it as a PDF because I had to start it immediately. Liz of Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch had been working on this. She has now finished her top, and honestly by now she's probably finished the bottom because the bottom doesn't have much stitching. So there's, I'm what, a quarter of the way done? And I need to fill in the leaves. I did change some of my colors just to what I had. So it won't get done this year. This is big. I didn't think, I don't know, it's gonna be a big Biscornu because it's this is an 8x8. Actually, it's not. It's an 8x11. So it's gonna come over to like the whole thing here, and then it gets kind of folded up as the Biscornu. So it's gonna be large, but adorable. So I'll keep plugging away on that. Then when I finished my gift, I was like, well, what do I want to work on this weekend? And I felt like working on, mine's in a plastic thing, so it's a little reflecty. This is the one that, like I told you guys, this chart is just so flimsy that I had to put it in a little protector so it wouldn't just get trashed. So this is Carriage House Samplings, The Fox. It was the first chart in her new series, A Year in the Woods. Number 2 is The Swans. Number 3 is a Jackrabbit that's come out. I love this one. This one really spoke to me. The others are beautiful. I can definitely see myself doing more of this series as the year goes on. I'm not doing all of them. Like, I'm not doing the whole thing. So you can't really see because he's in here and I don't really want to take him out. But I'm working on his face. I have the bottom of the fox done and some couple trees over here. And then I figured I will do the face and the trees. I still might leave the cabin out. And then I have to do his tail. But I have all of this done. So I'm coming right along on this. It stitches up quick. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a beautiful design. I'm stitching the Biscornu on 16 count Sparrow from Misty at Luminous Fiber Arts. I'm stitching the Fox on 16 count Mirage from Picture This Plus. That's the called for color. I happen to have a piece, so I went with it. It's a gray, but it's like a pinky gray. It has like a pinky undertone. So I think I just bumped you guys. So there's that one. And then my large, like I've told you, you guys are gonna get sick of seeing this one. I'm working on, it's called, I had it, did I write it down? Faraway Times. Faraway Times by Pick Stitch, who is Justin and who is the designer of the gamer pixels that made us stitch along. I did last year. This is based on the video game Chrono Trigger, which is one of my son and husband's favorites. So I'm just gonna take it out this much. So it's a half of a clock face, and then inside the clock, you have the different characters like in a scene. Each one's in a scene. So I'm done Chrono, and I'm working down here on the frog. And hopefully not having to frog. This is on a mystery piece of fabric that I got from my sister. I think it's a Mystic Fabrics. She had one that I stole, so. So I'm working on this piece Mondays and Tuesdays, thinking that if I give it that much love, that's kind of how much I gave the Gamer Sal, and I got that one done in the 6 months. So hopefully I can do the same with this. I had started this last year, and I'm using Pattern Keeper for the first time. And Pattern Keeper keeps track of your stitches and how far along you are. So I just last night hit 25%, but I had started it and I don't really remember what I started the year percent-wise at. So I can't say I got 25% done in a month because I had some more, I had some already done. But I'm just gonna plug away at that. I'm really enjoying Pattern Keeper. I didn't know if I would. It's not how I typically stitch and hold things and just set myself up. But I really am, so I'm not gonna be starting any full coverage heaven and earths. But I can see myself trying to be like, oh, well, if I have that in a PDF, instead of printing it out, will it work on Pattern Keeper? And going from there, so. Okay. Other things, next up. Next up, Strawberry Stitch Along. Like I said, I did a whole video. There you go. Alexa is telling me all about strawberries and the history of them. Oh, she's still talking. Hold on. Alexa off. There, I know all about strawberries. They're my favorites. So I'm not going to go into a super ton of details because they're all in there. And those of you that want to stitch along, watch that video. And if you don't want to stitch along, you don't want to hear it twice. So Minor updates. I'm planning on starting mine with the spring berries on February 13th. If you already have them, don't feel like you need to wait, right? Start in, and that way you'll have more time to finish the stitching. I just didn't want to start mine before people had all their stuff so that they wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm gonna stitch with you, and then I bust them all out in a week. That's not fair. Carla at Cobweb Corner is offering the extra 10% off with the code HDBerry, which I will put below. She has more coming. She cannot keep them. Can you hear her? That's Emmy. Short story. Emmy has this one mouse. His name is Fred. That's her Fred meow. I don't know why this mouse makes her so angry. Sometimes we have to put Fred away. One Fred, there's Fred 1 and Fred 2. Fred 1 lost an ear, so that's Fred 1. And then I bought a second Fred, that's Fred 2. That's her Fred meow if you can hear her. John pulled it back out for her last week, and I went upstairs and I'm like, what is this mouse doing out? Because she'll do this in the middle of the night. So, Fred 1. Or 2, I didn't check his ear status. Back to the strawberries. Carla can't keep them in stock. She'll get an order in, send notes out to the wait list, whoosh, they're gone. So she has another big order coming. It's in the mail. Hopefully by the end of the week she'll have it in. Hopefully the storm doesn't affect things. So if you're on the waiting list at Cobweb Corner and that's not a reservation, that's just letting her know you're interested. So when the charts come in, she sends an email out to the people on the waiting list. If you get the email saying, hey, they're in stock, pop over there and get it before they go back out of stock. Yeah, so that you know, like, and if you're not, you're like, well, I joined the waiting list and I'm not getting the emails. Check your spam folder or your junk folder because they might be going there. I got burned with that last week with something, so check your folders. She also put together a spreadsheet of all of the floss colors and like the buttons and what charts they go to, and I will link that PDF down below if you're interested to try and start pulling some things together. I think for the spring berries, I'm using I think I had all the called for, except this bunny is called to be in a Simply Wool, which I don't have. So I'll either just use the DMC or I'll pull a wool. So there's a berry charts. I kept taking them in and out of the plastic so much. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave them out of the plastic. So the code is good on just these 4 berry charts, the seasonal charts. And the wool packs, I showed these again in that video. They're in. This is the spring pack from Ruby Mountain Dye Works. The spring packs are in, available to ship. She's working on dyeing the summer packs, and then she will put together a like a full set of the 4 bundles that has a discount on it if you want to wait and get them all together. But it's going to be a bit because it takes a while to dye things. So, strawberry update. I laughed because this year I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting the year and I'm not doing any sales. I'm not doing any stitch alongs. I'm gonna get caught up on my other projects. And now I'm hosting one. So that was unexpected. Let's do some giveaways, and then I have a couple things that came in the mail. So last week's giveaways were from Carla at Cobweb Corner. We had the bunny. This is another of the Cottage Garden. This was last year's series, A Time for All Seasons. This goes to Barb Hansen in this sheep from Jardin Privé. Goes to Rita Neal. So I have left a message on your message. So this week we're gonna do it by number because I added some more charts in. Please be 18. Well, you need to be 18 so you can legally give me your address. I'd appreciate it if you're a subscriber. Please don't use the word giveaway so that the giveaway stays to just She gave up on her cat, on her mouse. People, you know, I want them to go to Stitchers. So I'll do the drawing before my next video, which is typically in 2 weeks. So the first two are donated by Carla at Cobweb Corner, and I went with spring. As you could tell, my theme was spring. So number 1, Fracture Flowers from La Di Da. So if you're interested in this, use the number 1. I'll go through them again at the end too. Number 2 is Oology. This is Satsuma Street. These I need to pull back out soon because I only have this one done. Close up. And I'd like to get all 4 done. So I thought someone else might want to stitch them too. So Oology number 2. The next ones that I have are, I had some viewers that sent in charts. So these are like past the stash charts that they said, hey, I'm done with this if you'd like to use it for a giveaway. I've kind of built them up and today we're going for it. So number 3, they're out of order on my stack here. Number 3 is another La Di Da. It's called All Our Troubles. That's number 3. Number 4, Dog Lessons for People by Lizzie Kate. Number 5, Country Cottage, Autumn. Number 6, September from Country Cottage. And then number 7 is The Homestead by Bent Creek. I love that cat. So again, just real quick, just put the numbers. Number 1, number 2, Oology, number 3, All Our Troubles, number 4, Dog Lessons, number 5, Autumn, 6, September, and 7, The Homestead. So thank you. Thank you guys so much, like I said, for tuning in and subscribing. Carla said the other day when Carla and I have been chatting a lot. So she said, oh, we're gonna have to think of something for you when you hit 10,000. And I was like, what? That doesn't even seem humanly possible. So we'll see what we can come up with for that. Purchases and haul. When Carla sends charts for you, she sends a couple for me. I chose, there's buttons on that one. Chick Party from Lizzie Kate. I thought this would be a super cute drum. So we'll see. And then the Satsuma ornament set. I thought she said number 1 ornament set. I really love this Santa and this tree and this one here. So thank you, Carla. I had a little happy mail. Ashley had shown this chart on Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this to be released. It was part of a club kit. And she said, oh, well, I just finished it. I'll send it out. So this is a Satsuma and it's called A Merry Pair. It was part of A Little Help from Our Friends at the Silver Needle. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch showed this. Someone had sent her one. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are just adorable and I can't wait. So Ashley sent me the chart and she sent with it, she said it came with like a little piece of fabric if you want to stitch it on the fabric versus the perforated paper. And some beads, which honestly, that's probably enough to stitch the whole thing again. I'll need to put my own sequins in, which is fine. I have sequins, so they're so cute. I'm guessing this will be out next winter. It was like the late fall club kit, and typically they go a year and then they get released. So thank you, Ashley. Couple other things. Color and Cotton posted some fabrics. I actually managed to snag one. I got a piece of moss, which is a 16 count. I also got some threads, but I already put those away. And I think I had mentioned that I joined the Just Another Button Company Pin Mini Club, which is 4 times a year. They got me with this teaser. So it's a pin mini and then like a pin cushion chart. This was the pincushion chart. So it's the designs for both charts. It doesn't come with all the extra buttons, but it tells you, you know, what they are from them, like the fox's face is its own button. I'm just starting to get into some of the wool appliques. I couldn't. That fox with the trees, he's so cute. So that's the chart. And then the pins this time around, what are these right here? Super, super cute for like winter stuff. And I love these on little finishes. And they're fun because if you put them on a finish and then you change your mind, you just pull them out. Or if you don't want to store them with the pins in it, you just pull them out. So I love those. Last thing, I was on one of the stash unloading sites and I had picked up some back issues of Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine. Annie at Joyfield Stitcher has shown an ornament set that she's collecting. Actually, she has them all, she's stitching them. It's a 12 Days of Christmas and it's by Cherrywood Design Studios, which is Kathy Haberman, and I'm not gonna remember, and it's someone you guys probably know. They're super cute. So I managed to get the first 4 and I'll keep looking for the others. But then when I was on there, in that batch, I ordered, I think, 3 magazines. This one was in there and someone else had already gotten it. I've been looking for this issue for a long time. So I finally managed to get the January 2013 Cross Stitch and Needlework. I wanted it for that guy right there. I think he is adorable. It's different, like it's black work. He's so cute. Now, the reason I had such a hard time finding this magazine is there's a Nora Corbin in here. So a lot of people have bought this because they want this chart. This chart's beautiful, but I really wanted this chart. So then I'm flipping through. If this magazine was available back issues on a CD like the Just Cross Stitch, I would snap that up so quick. So I'm flipping through and here's the table of contents and I'm like, ooh, what are those 3? Those are super cute. Flip, flip, flip. Flippity flip. Oh look, there's a beautiful article on Cecilia Turner from Heart and Hand. I adore Heart and Hand. Read the article. Oh, well, it's no wonder I liked those charts so much. They're hers. So these 3, I love them, especially these bottom 2. Santa. I've never seen these charts before. So they're not, as far as I know, available outside this magazine. They're small-ish, 60 by 60. So if you can actually find the January 2013, snap that up. I'm trying to think if there was something else in here that I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, those 3, right? If you've got the Nora Corbett and then the gnome, which I wanted from the front, they were all adorable. Oh, there's some blue ribbon designs in here. These might be on her website. She's pretty good at releasing older things. So, score. The other 3 issues I got too were really, had some nice things in them, but that was like, oh my gosh, like super bonus. So, that's it. I should be back in 2 weeks unless that's school vacation. Nope. Oh, it's Valentine's Day week. It's not school vacation. Yeah, so I should be back in 2 weeks. I'll keep updating things. I'm gonna use the hashtag Berry Season Sal for the stitch along. We can also use the hashtag Erica Michaels Designs so that Linda Stoltz can see them. Carla said she'd been talking to Linda because that's who she's been getting her charts from, directly from her. And she said, you know, she's well aware of the stitch along and would love to see everyone's work. So that's all. So thank you guys so much. I hope everyone is staying safe and warm and not have too much snow to dig out from. I did laugh when I was talking to Misty and Barbie the night of the storm, and Misty said, you know, oh, or it might have been Sunday morning, will you guys have school tomorrow? Yeah, we don't mess around with snow. We have the infrastructure for it that 18 inches is like, and it fell all day and then they had all night to clean up. It's fine. No problems. Yeah, although I did see a couple kids when I picked up at the middle school. First of all, I'm seeing far too many bare legs in shorts and ripped jeans that came straight out of 1992. The kids that are like, I'm gonna run through the deep snow, look at me, and then they would like totally wipe out in the snow. I saw that. So yeah, just use the sidewalk, it's not that hard. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.